Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, it's another fun day on Elon Musk's Twitter, and this time it's a potential change to terms of service that it's about slurs and harassment on the internet, which on the surface seems like it's a good thing. Nobody wants to be harassed online. But when you look at the words that he considers a slur that he's trying to get added in, it gets questionable. Not to mention, I know there's a lot of people who said, oh, Elon Musk is buying Twitter so he can make it the bastion of free speech on the internet, which nobody I know bought that lie. But, there are people who are going to say dictating any sort of language on Twitter's bad. And I guess this is your wake up call. But what happened was this, I don't know what the guy's name is, made this post. I'm assuming it was something like, don't call me cis, I'm normal, or something like that. He got upset at the word cis or cisgender, and he became Twitter's main character for the day. People were making fun of him, posting memes at him, the normal stuff. And Elon Musk himself replied to this guy, and he said, harassment on Twitter is not allowed. Those accounts get temporarily banned. Also, the words cis and cisgender are considered slurs on Twitter. And that second part, that's the confusing part to me because, cis is a Latin prefix. It means on the same side of. Trans means on the other side of. You might remember that from chemistry class or physics class, talking about atoms and the way they bond together to make molecules. I don't know too much about that stuff, but that's where I first heard those words. And then cisgender, like, yeah, that's relatively new for most of us because the word transgender is relatively new for most of us. And all that means is not transgender, the other side of transgender. If you're not this, then you're that. It's just a descriptor. That's not a slur, that's an adjective. The people who want cis to be a slur, who feel offended at that word, use trans as an insult. They want to feel justified in insulting trans people by saying that you insulted them first by using this descriptive word, which it is medically descriptive. That's what you are. All cisgender means is that whatever the doctor said you came out as, that's what you are. That's what you feel the most comfortable as. So, how can you say that's a slur when it's just accurate? And then to touch on what the guy originally tweeted, the whole, just call me normal. Like, at what level of majority do you cut off your adjectives? That you're just normal, right? Like, take the United States. More than half of the country is white. So if you were describing a white man, would you just say normal? Or better yet, a white woman, considering that women are the majority of the population of the world, 52%. So if you were to describe a white woman, would you just say a normal person? No, because adjectives are important to describe exactly what you're talking about. So, normal doesn't apply in this situation. Not to mention, that's the argument people made when straight became in the common lexicon and heterosexual became part of the common lexicon. You don't need to call me that. I'm just normal. But the adjectives are fine. You know, words change, language evolves all the time. So, having a more accurate way to describe things is good. And then to say that this is a slur, especially when you consider who uses this language online, like, it's mostly left leaning people. I'm sure there's going to be some medical accounts and scientific accounts who are in the gender studies fields and, even legal accounts who cover these laws being passed and, worked through courts. All of these accounts are going to be affected because you've made a word that's a medically accurate descriptor into a slur because it makes you feel uncomfortable, I guess. I don't know. Part of me feels like he's doing this because his supporters, the people who feel like calling them cis is a slur, they use actual slurs towards people, and he can't just like give them the pass to use hate speech, so he has to make it seem like they were aggressed first. I don't know. That's my theory, but, until we get more news about this, until this becomes actual in the TOS, y'all try to have a good day.